After a fantastic afternoon of plane spotting around the Chicago O'Hare International Airport, it's time to wrap things up and head to our next destination. We'll be cruising in style once more as we take a United Boeing 757-200 onward to Washington, D.C. Welcome back to the Chicago O'Hare International Airport. A busy afternoon awaits us as we head to Terminal 1, home of United's hub operations in Chicago. In addition, All Nippon Airways and Lufthansa also park here. With 2 concourses and more than 50 gates available, United has a 41% market share, a bit surprising considering their strong presence. American, on the other hand, has a 23% market share, though they have plans to expand later on. Our arrival featured a lot of chaos. First, after utilizing the airport train, we hit a very long security line, taking us around 30 minutes to get through. Second, Anderson's bag was stopped because of one of his models, and it had to be scanned through the X-ray machine again. This set us back another few minutes, but fortunately it didn't reach a point where we had to run through the airport, like what the McAllisters did in Home Alone, but we did make it to Gate Charlie 9 right as the last group of boarding was called. We still had a moment to catch a view of our ride to Dulles this afternoon. Registered November 18112, she is a 30-year-old Boeing 757-200 formerly operated by Continental. Delivered in February 1995, she stayed under their colors until November 2010 amid the merger with United. She was painted into Eva Blue colors just in 2024. These 757s, powered by Rolls-Royce engines, remain in the fleet over the legacy United airframes, which had Pratt & Whitney engines, as these were retired in the 2010s due to their age. I imagine these 752s will be on their way out soon, but they've still got at least a few years in them. On the 757-200, United has 16 first-class seats arranged 2-2, followed by 160 Economy Plus and Economy seats arranged 3-3. Upon boarding, our bags had to be gate-checked again, resulting in a third chaotic event to happen in Chicago. There was some initial confusion with my bag especially, since I still had the gate tag from the last flight coming in from Denver. The flight attendants thought it had already been gate-checked until I corrected them. Eventually, a group of several passengers were asked to head to the rear of the aircraft, and we ended up congregating in the back of the 757 as the flight attendants used towels to write down the gate-checked tags before coming around to hand out the more proper stickers. This resulted in our departure being slightly delayed. After all that, I finally made it to my seat, and I must say that it is excellent. It's one of the retrofitted 757s with the updated cabin. The screen is large and bright and has a very easy interface to use. I ended up settling on watching some relaxing content from the Smithsonian Channel later in the flight. The tray table is decent, and the seatback contents aren't different from my first United flight. I have 2 windows to work with in seat 35F, my first flight on the right side of the plane on this trip. The legroom is good, even with my bag underneath the seat in front of me, and the armrests are solid. We'll take runway 28 right for departure amid a very busy taxi across O'Hare. quick climb to the northeast will bring us over Lake Michigan. We'll then fly over several states including Michigan, Ohio, West Virginia, and Virginia before descending into Dulles. Complimentary service was provided with light snacks and beverages available. I got a snack bag and a Sprite respectively. The crew were very efficient throughout this, plus through the whole bag debacle. I thought they did a fantastic job with handling this ordeal, so huge shout out to our crew on United Flight 2677. Life certainly isn't perfect, and at times, working on a flight can get hectic, so when the time comes to adjust plans, it's always best to be flexible and patient, both from a flight crew perspective and a passenger perspective. Enjoy the views as we continue eastward. Now we'll be landing on runway 19 right. Enjoy the views into Dulles.
charge your phones and tablets. And if you're sitting in the next row, please don't plug your device into the outlets. Before you leave, you may want to check your seats and for any belongings, and be careful when opening the overhead bins. Once we reach the gate, our team will be happy to assist you with any questions. For checked luggage, please go to baggage claim number 4. Finally, your feedback matters to us. Some of you will receive a survey via email or the United app. We'd love to hear about your experience. On behalf of the entire United team and our Star Alliance partners, thank you for flying with us today. We hope to see you again soon. Once the seatbelt sign is off, please stand clear from the door area to allow the cabin crew to complete the port safety test.
And after a 45-minute delay due to another aircraft with catering issues, a United 777 that was intended for London, we finally pulled into gate Delta 3 at Washington Dulles. This is where the day's adventure comes to an end. Rest assured, we'll be back at it the next day for more plane spotting and flying. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.